Hi people, how you all doing? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. It is Sandra here, and you are highly welcome back to this channel, and you are highly welcome to the year 2025. Like the ring of it, the sound of it is so amazing. But anyways, happy new year to everyone watching me. I am so glad that we all got to see this new year. Like if you're watching this video, I am so glad that we all got to see this new year, and I really hope that each and every one of us who is up on this video is seeing this new year with family, love, peace, and health. Okay, so we are starting out the video for this year with Charlie Kirk. So this says Charlie Kirk knocks arrogant liberal students down a few pegs. Okay, so if you have been on Charlie Kirk's videos, you would have an inkling as to what to expect from this video, but nonetheless, stick around because it's about to be spicy, it's about to be engaging, informative, and definitely educative. Okay, so please do stick around from the very start to the very end. Okay, so yeah, let's just get right into the video.
Hi, Charlie. I want to say, by starting off, I was told by your wonderful assistant over here that I should tell you that I disagree with almost everything. Obviously, we have not had a 2-hour conversation. So, like, who knows? Maybe we had a few beers, we agree on something, but
I'll have water, you can have whatever you want.
All I've heard is stuff that I'm just like, what? First, I want to say that I guess as the first 2 hours of your speech was you complaining about kind of these leftists and kind of this, but I've never heard any policy positions. When I go to something like a Senator Sanders convention or someone on the left, they're going to talk about healthcare, inequality, inflation, growth, but you guys all seem to want to talk about is how the left does this or the left does that, but no policies on how to fix anything. So I guess that kind of goes with my first question is, what is the GOP's actual position when it comes to fixing inflation?
Well, a couple things. First of all, I'm not a senator, nor am I aspiring to be one. Number two, yes, I was mildly distracted by the windows being broken and the terrorists outside. I fully acknowledge that, okay? So I was a little policy shallow tonight and a little bit terrorist deep, okay? I will admit that. Third, I'll say this. I don't speak for the GOP, right? I have my own ideas, and I actually think the GOP does a terrible job. But let me give you some ideas that I think you might agree with, okay? I think that vital products should be made in America, not in China. And we should use tariffs and sanctions to get it done. Vitamin C, penicillin, critical infrastructure should be manufactured here. I think American college graduates should be given preference to go work for American companies above foreign workers. And that means reforming the H-1B system and actually giving you, the American college-educated kids, a preference because we have a moral obligation to our own citizens over the citizens of another country. I think we should fully close the United States southern border. I think we should not allow illegal...
I just want to interrupt you. Sorry. You were saying you're for a government program that puts American college students. So
reforming the immigration system, right? So that big companies like Facebook don't do quasi-indentured servitude to bring foreign workers in and be able to compete.
But that would be a government program that would do that.
Well, yeah, the government program actually already exists.
Okay, so you're actually a conservative who's for increasing the government size, not for decreasing.
Well, no, I want a small but strong government. So I want things that are smart. For example, I'd love to have more Border Patrol agents and less IRS agents. So where it makes sense to increase the volume of government agents, as long as it is pursuing a couple things that are core to my philosophy. A strong country that has borders, sovereignty, culture, and maintains a moral commitment to its citizens, that you should be able to work hard, play by the rules, be able to have a family, own a home, and see rising income and wages. Those are very basic things in a social contract.
Why is the increasing IRS agents, which are taxes that belong to us, they help pay for things like roads, GPS, infrastructure, basic things that you and yourself needed to get here.
Yeah,
why would that be so bad, having everyone pay their fair share of taxes so we can have a government that functions correctly? Well, obviously, government does work for everything, but we all benefit from government services every day.
I'm sorry, no one in this room is going to benefit from 87,000 new IRS agents. Instead, those 87,000 new IRS agents are going to be deployed against small business owners. But I could keep on going with policy examples. I can keep on building it out. But let me just say this. I love markets, but I'm willing to critique markets when I think they're not serving people and they're not serving the nation. I think our overindulgence in free trade fanaticism has been a major mistake over the last 20 or 30 years. I don't worship corporations, but I do think that entrepreneurs and private property rights and people taking risks are a general good for society. And not only does history show this, but common sense logic and material reality shows all this. I can give you more and more examples if you want of policy stuff. That's less actually interesting. The reason I don't go through policy stuff is, again, is that I'm not running for office, right? I don't represent the Republican Party. But if I can build out a worldview that you can agree with, then the policy answers will come naturally, right? So if you understand morals and values, then you could answer the next 1,000
I guess for me as a
policy
student,
questions.
I care a lot more about policy than what people say. Like what government does is a lot more important to me, and that's why I was confused why your speech was not about policy.
Because, again, I'm
But
not
anyway,
running for
I want
office.
to ask one more question before we go. I guess for us, there used to be a thing called the middle class, or the idea of a growing and strong middle class.
Yep.
And I feel like for the past 10 years, especially on the right, maybe on the left too, for the more neoliberal left, but the right, that idea is kind of shrunken. I don't think there's a lot of talk in the middle class. Do you view income inequality as a problem?
I totally
and
disagree.
Income inequality, I want to
So-
say income inequality being the difference between
Let me
the
ask
need
you, though,
and the median.
I have a question. Why is it that the wealthiest counties in America all vote on the left?
Because that's where how money works and how capitalism works is how all the wealth is, where all the people want to be.
But
So Silicon Valley is all the jobs and all that
why
stuff.
do they vote liberal then if the left...
In what ways they vote liberal? Not on taxes, not on
For-
things that I am for.
they vote for Joe
Socially-
Biden, they vote for
socially they're
Nancy
left, but
Pelosi.
they're socially
So-
left, but they're not economically left. Believe me, if you go to the Bay Area, they are very economically right. Dianne Feinstein is not left, in my opinion. So it may be left socially, but I don't think they're left in my point of view.
Yeah, but
So-
so then let me ask you then, why is it that the muscular class in America has shifted right over the last 7 years?
Not according to the midterms. I mean, you guys tanked on the midterms most recently.
You keep
So,
on saying you guys. I don't represent
Sorry,
the Republican
my
Party.
apologies.
But I just want to critique one of your misguided premises, which is that somehow the right is not representing middle class voters. It's the opposite. Actually, states that are traditionally blue collar, muscular class, middle class states are now solid red states. Look at Ohio. Ohio is a state that used to be far left, and now it's more in the right direction. So what is the right actually doing about it? To answer your question, a couple things. We're rejecting neoliberalism. Like, how about this? We shouldn't send $200 billion to Ukraine, and we should instead represent our own people and close our own border. That's number one. Number two is that we should be unafraid to use tariffs and sanctions to say that critical infrastructure and things that matter should be made here in America. Whether the delusion on the left, and I just want to challenge you on this, is that the left has a bunch of people that talk a good game, AOC and Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, but when it really matters, they're nothing more than neoliberal shills that are willing to invade other countries, invite them into our country, and then lie to their voters under the veneer of social liberalism. The populist movement in America that represents real people, muscular class teachers, police officers, and firefighters, it lives on the American right because we listen to our constituents and we're willing to fight for ideas like tariffs, sanctions, closed border, and no more money to Ukraine. The left is shilling for all those things.
Okay.
Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Getting to the next one. Thank you.
Can I just ask, is the difference between the mean and the median income
There-
inequality,
there's
is that a problem
50
to you
people
guys?
in line.
Income
Thank
inequality.
you.
Is that
Income inequality is a big issue, which is exactly why I support the things that I said. Next question.
We certainly did get into that. Okay, so honestly, you see, people like this student who came up to speak to Charlie Kirk, I admire their boldness. I admire their aggressiveness when they are, proving a point and stuff. But it would make more sense if all this energy was being channeled to something lucrative, something sensible, something relatable. Okay, like the way he's speaking, I'm just like, is he really that entitled? Like, he is. It just seems like he's speaking from a very entitled point of view, a person that hasn't really seen what it truly is to pay tax, what it truly is to work hard to get somewhere, and it just seems like you're still going back in circles. Okay, to be honest. But then I'm actually going to give it to him. Obviously, he is very rude, very condescending, because even if your points are right, which they weren't, but even in the case where his points were right, should that be the manner of approach? Should that be the way he would be presenting? Okay, I don't know. I just feel like he's one of those people who just has this boldness to him, and maybe if he is in the wrong crowd, they just keep on cheering him on. So then he feels like he has so much to say, so much to pass on to people, so much to educate people, when he actually needs the education. So I feel like he just has this person, because if you guys look properly, you would see a lady who just seemed to be backing him up behind him. She just kept on nodding and everything. So obviously he was speaking her mind, right? He was speaking her truth. He was speaking everything she stands for. So I just feel like he is someone who just so happens to find himself in the wrong crowds, and he just gives off this air of I know it all, and these wrong crowds cheer him on. Hence the reason why he feels like he has such an upper hand to come here and talk about things that he doesn't even know the depths to, right? So I don't know if that is like the right thing he should do, if that should be what he should be using to advocate for things. But I feel like I see the hate comments, right? And there are a couple things that Charlie Kirk, wants and asks for that I truly am not in support of, because I'm just like it doesn't make sense to me, right? So this isn't me here being like a puppet for Charlie Kirk or agreeing to everything that he stands for or he sees or his perspective on things, but I truly do appreciate him going to these colleges and really just sharing his knowledge, because it seems oftentimes that a lot of these college students really do need this education. They need this enlightenment, because I feel like if they don't hear it from someone, they wouldn't get the urge to like create awareness. Like if they don't see an awareness, right, they wouldn't get the urge to go research or even know things about these courses, and they would just blindly say, oh, I stand for this, oh, I'm pro this, oh, I'm against this, oh, I'm against that, and they don't truly know what they're pro for or what they like do stand for. So it's really I mean I'm really gonna be very I really do appreciate Charlie Kirk doing this, because yeah, they're just perks to it basically. But anyways, we did get into this. I would really, really love to know what you all think about this. Please do share your opinions and your thoughts down in the comment box. I'm really gonna appreciate it. As I already said, thank you all so much for joining me. Please do give this video a big thumbs up, because it really does help my channel. If you know that you do enjoy videos like this where we just come, put our heads together and just share our thoughts on social issues, economic issues, just what have we, political issues, just hit that subscribe button, because you are in the right place. Thank you so much, and let's keep on staying safe and healthy. Bye.